encounters this when he goes buck hunting out in the wilderness there in the long grass. But
birdie putt now for Brian Harman at 2.
That was silky.
Brian Harman coming off a birdie at the last.
This third hole it's a sneaky tough par 3. Played 6th most difficult last year. But not if you do that. Yeah, we're going to just give this one to Brian. He buries these with regularity.
All right, back on PGA Tour Live, ESPN Plus. This is Brian Harman, his third off the green at 6. Brian Harman trying to save par at 6. Curls it in nicely.
Very good. Right there, players are aiming about 10 yards right of this flag, letting the wind push it back. Pretty much straight uphill, maybe break to his left a little bit. Right in the middle.
The lefty Harman, his second into 9.
Yeah, good opportunity here from 167. This hole playing downwind, making it a lot easier. When this wind switches from the north, though, this 9th hole can be a total brute. And that one funnels back nicely.
Maybe even worse than the lead. Harman, this for the outright lead.
Looking good with that new putter right there. This manufacturer's got one of those kind of zero torque putters.
Third shot now for Brian Harman.
Trying to get mentally over that mud that made that ball miss the green. Yep.
Many would say the most steady ball striker is Fleetwood. There's Harman. He's Brian Harman from 142.
I like this pin for a lefty. He can kind of aim in the center and kind of draw it in there like that. Spectacular golf shot.
Brian Harman, this is second at 12.
Really good day for Brian Harman. His iron game was top notch, but he had the best strokes gained putting round today in that early wave.
Bringing it back, 6 under 66.
This one's going to scare the hole. This one hits into the grain in the first hop, and it should check a little bit for him. Yeah.
What a bounce back birdie there for Brian Harman. Once again, top of the board. Harman.
Yeah, out of the fairway bunker here at 15, 472-yard par 4. That's really nicely done right there.
Second shot for Brian Harman, 16.
Pretty basic chip and run right here.
Come on.
This man's got surgical touch around the greens. Tiger Woods teased our imagination for the longest time.
Third shot on the way for Harman at 15.
254, but back into the breeze today, so trying to get it up there close. That should be good there.
If you're going to yell, be polite, Terry. Mr. Harman? I like that from the kids here. Good time for Brian Harman to be on the second easiest hole on the golf course today.
Little ridge, and then it slopes towards the back of the green back there. Boy, he put a ton of spin on that from only 60 yards. Helped to be going back into the breeze.
And Brian was right on the lines, moving in to take a look at it as soon as he stroked it.
It's interesting. That's a putter change for Brian Harman. A little narrower layup on the left. That looks like where he's headed.
He is trying to get it on that left for sure. It's a good line as long as they pick the right number, which they did. Very soft bounce, but that's exactly what he's looking for.
Up to 18, the third at the par 5 for Harman.
He's also got a backstop behind this whole location. Is it going to come? There it is right there. This could be really good.
I asked Brian yesterday who he likes in the Final Four. He said, George is not in it. Don't care. Don't know.
Cameron Young, and a good read for Harman. That ball went right by his mark. Look, I was just moving a hair right at the end.
Well, he's rolling it much better. How about this year? He's 145th in strokes gained putting.
On a good line. Don't know if he caught it completely solid. He did. And boy, well judged there.
Yeah. Kept it in that low area there. That's, if anything, a little right to left and uphill. Leaning the shaft a little bit there. And he kind of held off the finish. So
you obviously would rather have less wind, not knowing what it's doing, than a bunch of wind, but it does get really confusing when these sections to hit it are so tiny.
Hey, bro.
Boy, you're right. You nailed that, Jordan. It came out with top spin. That second bounce just really accelerated.
Brian Harman, this for birdie at the second.
keep it going here.
The answer is yes.
Yes, he can.
For Byron.
Just short of the green here. It shouldn't be too difficult.
It's definitely where you want to leave it. It's working back into the grain. There's a slight grain change, about 3 feet short, so you'd be a little careful when you're running away, but definitely better than left there.
Brian Harman just cleaning up his par putt, and when you showed up here, you told me that on Sunday morning you're expecting a wind chill of what was the temperature?
Yeah, yesterday during the round, it was heat index of 98.
Yes, sir. 95 yards straight downwind. Little funnels from the right that use that slope. Have to guard a little bit against long as it slopes away behind this green. Mav, what'd you do here today?
I got a flyer from the right rough and made a really good up and down from long. I'd rather be where his ball is.
To the 5th, and Harman to get it to 12.
Stuff that little wedge in there. And another birdie for him.
Got more birdies than anybody out here with 14. That birdie added there at the 5th.
Well, he's kind of holding one right at it if it gets up.
And releases. Look at this shot. Boy, is he on today.
That's tremendous. I mean, that is absolutely terrific. Wow.
Keeping it going, isn't he?
That was pretty.
Chipping straight back into the breeze.
Yeah. Expect Brian Harman to play well today.
He may be thinking back to the Open at Liverpool when he pulled away from the field there, if he can continue in these kind of conditions. Boy, how good is that? After all of that, what he just did, and to come away with that shot right there, that's impressive. Yeah.
Really good. Now Brian Harman for his par save. Good up and in for Brian and for Keith.
Went with the spinner. Whoa, this is good.
Terrific.
Normally a really good bunker player makes really good thumps at it.
That made the sound.
Yeah, his stats were just dismal for the season coming in, and they've just totally flipped over.
Big save.
Yeah, cleaned that one up nicely. Did a good job of handling that not so great lie just right of the green.
And it's about 10 to 12 short. This came out very low. What a big first bounce.
Judged it perfectly. Smiley going to have his best look at birdie we've seen him have today.
A nifty shot there by Harman. Man, just, it's special.
Another tap in, Dan.
Part of the movie. Part of the scrambling movie.
Up to the hole.
That's for the first birdie. So finally that beautiful up and down game pays off with a birdie instead of a par.
Just showing off now, Noda.
That's a little outside his average today. I don't think he'll be too happy with that. So on Sunday.
Right back to where he started, 12 under, and he's 44 of 44 inside of 7 feet this week.
Just needs to get down.
It's down, Smiley, and in good shape.
Yeah, judged that beautifully. Landed pretty softly, actually. Where it pitched, I thought it could have gone through the green as well. I think he believed you, Smiley, that it was going to go to the right, but it sure did.
He was pretty secretive about that putter when he was asked by the media yesterday. We hear you got a new putter. Brian, what's the story with that? He goes, I'll tell you on Monday.
Yeah, I think he forgot I was in the media now. Told me quickly.
we have our guys inside.
We typically would. Just got the aim wrong, Kurt.
Yeah, he did. New putter for him this week. Pure.
4-shot lead.
Absolutely pure.
Saw a lot of that yesterday.
It's a 7-iron on the way, coming in flat right at it.
Boy, that is really well struck. What a golf shot. Yeah, good shot. His short game is typically so good.
A lot of places where he could get up and down. So it seems like he may do that here.
This is an 8-iron. He needs that wind to keep pushing it.
Oh, right there in that bowl. Come on down off the ridge.
And he was trying to hit the low running hook, just did not get the turn.
He threaded it through that right window. See if he's got another one.
Have to clip this perfectly to get the spin on it.
Landed on a downslope.
Put it on the reel.
Goodness.
Put it on the Valero reel. He did that seemingly all day.
Really needed this to try to get some momentum back in his round, coming off a double bogey.
That is incredible stuff.
How about Harman now?
From 135, taking in and low, to have enough to carry.
Looking for spin.
Not a bad miss. It slopes away.
Just didn't roll out like you thought.
My game, and if I just go out and continue to play a nice solid back nine, I'm going to have a real good chance to win this thing.
Not going to give in, that's for sure.
Good hole location for him, Smiley. You can flight it off to our camera tower right there. Use the wind to bank it into the back right.
Just needs to sit down a little bit.
Now he's got a little slope right there that can help move it closer to the hole. Really well done. Going to give himself a good birdie look.
That is a welcome green in regulation for Harman.
Pass this hole here.
Did he get it? Yes, he did. Beautiful read by Harman. And that steadies the ship after some rough holes.
Money. Huge putt and a 3-shot lead.
Big bounce on him, Smiley. Might have flown it just a hair too far.
Harman to 11 under.
Called that, Smiley. It's just a brutal spot on that downslope. You could hear how much grass was in there between the strike and the ball.
He almost got it.
This is solid. Just out to the left. Can he use that slope?
Flushed it through the wind, but with a 3-shot lead, Novak in trouble. And awesome putt.
On a day when he proved once again to himself that he's got the right stuff. On a weekend like it was at the Valero Texas Open, Harman is a winner again.
Thanks for watching the PGA Tour on YouTube. For more videos, click here. To subscribe, click here.